So John, we made it up here to Ruapehu Upper Cable Car Station. What can we see here?
Well, we're looking across the Whakapapa Valley and the upper reaches of it, and these rocks that we can see down in the valley floor are all very much glacially polished. And you can
oh
see
yeah, they're quite smooth in places.
They're very smooth in places and beautifully polished. And then looking across the valley, we can see the Pinnacle Ridge. This ridge is called Pinnacle Ridge because it's got all these pinnacles on it.
Right.
And the red color comes from the fact that these rocks have been hydrothermally altered. And in fact, in places, these hydrothermally altered rocks, which are part of the so-called Teharanga Formation, named after the ridge, and this is the oldest part that we know of Ruapehu volcano. These rocks go back to around 200,000 years.
Okay.
And they are also cut in places by, you'll see a greenish colored rock up there. That's a shallow intrusion cutting through the now hydrothermally altered lavas of the Pinnacle Ridge Formation.
I see, yes. So that means there was, of course, magma feeding through these rocks later on, because they are amongst the older ones.
And in addition, you can take a little lesson from that, in that this is potentially something like a hydrothermal ore deposit
in the making.
In the making.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. This is why hydrothermal processes are so important. They concentrate elements, but they also reduce stability of the volcanoes. So I think it's a bit dangerous in a way, but it's also useful. So, but then you were talking a little bit about the ice up there. I'll just swing around here. This is the path towards the peak up there, and there's a few little snow fields up there.
Over the last 20 years, Val, this flank of the volcano has been almost totally deglaciated. Before there were permanent ice fields up in this upper ridge here in this little area, and in the last 20 years or so, that ice has gradually departed. It's melted away, and that is another example of terrestrial climate change for you.
So you can really tell, you can attest to this being a factor here, that you said to me earlier, you've never seen it that free of snow in your career.
Never, not in 40 years.
And you're working, not in 40 years, so I mean, whoa, this is quite serious. And I guess with continuing warming, these ice pockets or snow pockets will disappear as well.
These are going to disappear in the next few years, I would say.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, in a way, this will probably bring less water down the volcano, and then there will be less hazardous kind of lavas to expect. Or what do you think? Are the lavas mainly fed from the crater lake?
Yeah. Yes, maybe that's the truth. Yeah, that will happen. If the crater lake has a breakout, it will just stay broken out because it's not being bound by glacial ice anymore.
Okay.
Because that's one of the things that was held together by the glaciers in that summit area.
And that will also then actually mean that there's less water creeping into the volcano, less hydrothermal alteration. So it's quite a profound effect, or a whole cascade of effects that will come from climate change here.
Yeah, indeed.
And some of them useful for us humans, some of them less useful, but this is very important to realize this. So I'll close by looking up there once more, and this is an amazing sight, maybe one of the last ice pockets or snow fields of Ruapehu Peak, and I'll swing around to say thanks to John. Well, John, thanks so much for your experience. It's so valuable to have you here. I'm so grateful. Thanks a million.
Pleasure.